Hello YouTube and welcome to another Lords of Limited video here. We've got an Arena Cube Sealed queued up for you. My name is Ben Warney, aka MisterMetronome. Before we dive in here, as a reminder, if you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, leave us a comment in the comment section. Any and all of that helps us out and we really appreciate your support. And without further ado, we're going to dive in with our 3,000 coins here. So payouts in these are not great. You have to go 4 or 5 wins to get your entry fee back, but they are crazy fun. So what I'm looking for is, as I stated in the last video, low curve, interaction, and then some bigger threats to close the game out. So if we take a look at this, white has a fairly aggressive curve. We look like we have a very strong curve here in white. So we've got Guide Mother, Knight, Vanguard, Drill Master, Griffin, Seal Away has good removal, Thalia, Tactician, History of Benalia. What is this? Mace of the Valiant. 2 and a white. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Mace of the Valiant and has Vigilance. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on Mace of the Valiant. That's pretty clunky. Don't love that. Bugler's playable, not great. Venerate Loxodon's insane. So white looking pretty strong, other than the fact that we only have the 1 removal spell, but that's a very aggressive curve. So if we check in on blue, this all looks fine. Nothing crazy exciting here. We don't really have the flyers to get a favorable wins deck going, I don't think. Close. Maybe? It's close. So we've got Brazen Borrower. Midnight Clock is absurd. Counterspell's very strong if we're like playing some sort of get ahead, stay ahead deck. Winged Words could be cute. So maybe we check out blue-white flyers. Fairy Formation. That's an interesting one. I've not seen that. Okay. Flood of Tears. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hand. If you can turn 4 more non-token permanents you control this way, you may put a permanent card from your hand on the battlefield. So that's powerful. Gives you the ability to reload first. Black is shallow. So looking like we are probably not playing black, which is a bummer. I've had a lot of success with black in the format so far. But not having targeted removal and not having a deep curve is a pretty big deal. So we take a look at red. We've got some good aggressive cards here. The Motivator, I think, is deceptively strong in this format. Legion Warboss is a great 3. Sarkhan's a great 5. Siege Gang less so. So red seems kind of medium-ish to me. Green. We've got a fine curve, but not great removal. Yeah, so not loving green. If we take a look at gold cards here, I'm hoping we have some sweet blue-white gold cards. It looks like we do not, but we do have some great white-red gold cards. So first, I think I want to take a look at white-blue and white-red and see where that leaves us. We've got some nice top-end colorless cards here that are probably going to make any deck we build, which is a sweet place to be. If we take a look at Niv Mizzet, if we wanted to go down that route, I don't think we have the fixing. No, looks like we don't get there even close fixing-wise. Ooh, Treasure Map's another good one. So maybe we don't have to be so focused on being aggressive with this pool. We'll see. I'm going to build a blue-white Flyers deck and see what that looks like. I think this deck would want Arrestor's Zeal. Griffin, Thalia, Tactician, Benalia. Bugler I don't love. And Zatalpa I don't love. Let's get these lands out of here and see. So we would play Terramander, Spectral Sailor, Chart a Course. Can we run favorable wins? I don't think so. Hypnotic Sprites in. Vantress Gargoyle not in. Brazen Borrower in. Clock in. Sabotage. Winged Words, Insight, Spark Double. I think this card is in. Don't love Flood of Tears. Thassa's Intervention is good. So we do get there quite a bit on playables. What we don't really get on there in blue-white is removal. So that's a bit concerning. And then we would play like Ugin, Immortal Sun, Traxos. I don't think we really get there as well with, even if we play something like the Juggernaut, which I'm hoping to not play. And we could also run Treasure Map. So the problem with this deck is it looks to be lacking interaction to me. So let's take a look at white-red and see where we end up. Curious about that. So we get to play Tajik, Response, Aurelia. Those are some really strong 3 and 4 drops to curve into there. We also could take a look at red-green. It looks pretty derpy to me, but Domri's a very strong card. Like if you get ahead and you cast a Domri, it's very hard for your opponent to come back. We also have Galta. Alright, so we would play, I think this deck would play Motivator. I think it'd be worth a card to give all my stuff haste. Shieldbreaker in, Instigator I don't love. Legion Warboss is great. This is not good, right? No. Sarkhan's in, Siege Gang's in, Perforos's Intervention's in, and Electro Dominance is in. This is a deck, and we've got more removal. We've got the Response, we've got the Electro Dominance, we've got the Perforos's Intervention. This looks pretty strong to me as far as like curving out and hoping to get your opponent dead. I could see the Dark Dweller making the cut, but we've got other better 2-drops, honestly. Creature count is good. And we're going to be able to compete into the late game with cards like Treasure Map and the Immortal Sun and Eugen the Ineffable. Where are we at on Traxos here? We have 1, 2, 6, 7 artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. We're close on Traxos. I don't think it quite gets there, though. Maybe if we ran something like Juggernaut. All right, is there anything we're missing in this deck? Just do a quick look over here. I don't think so. All right, so maybe we check out red-green now. Oops, that should still stay. Let's check out red-green and see where that leaves us. I think red-white is going to be the best based on what we just saw there, mostly because of how good our gold cards are. But I could see red-green having legs as well. Destiny Spinner, probably not going to make the cut. 1 or more tokens, that's kind of cool, like Woodland Champion plus the Legion Warboss, and we could also consider running Goblin Instigator then. That only brings 1 token though. I don't love it. There's also Lovestruck Beast synergy, so Woodland Champion might get there. Mantle Strong, Tender Shoot Dryad's absurd. This is not really where we want to be. Galta. So we end up a little short on playables here. We could do something like Splash Pelucranos. But all told, the white-red deck look much stronger to me. I think I'm going to start with the white-red deck, and we'll see how it performs, and then we can always try to build another deck mid-rounds if we feel like this isn't working out for us. So, whoops. That is not in. Wait, yeah. And that's 24. So is Venerable Knight worth it? What's our knight count at? My guess is no. It's probably not. Although, with these 2 mentor cards, I don't know, this still has 2 power. Honestly, we kind of want small things to mentor onto. I wonder if we're supposed to play Goblin Instigator and play the Dark Dweller then? Like we could... Let's just make sure I'm not missing anything else here first. The mana is going to be tough in this deck as well, which is something to keep in mind. So we could cut... This is also a top end. 14 creatures. We definitely want 16 lands. So we could just cut the Venerable Knight and run it like this. Drill Master feels like we don't actually have great 2s here, so maybe this deck isn't as aggressive as I'm thinking it is. Actually, I don't think we can cut 1-drops with Venerated Loxodon. So let's get this back in here. What don't we want? Maybe Arrester's Zeal doesn't pull its weight. It's a pretty low impact card. And then we have a better curve here. And then do we have any other low drops that we could play? The Instigator and the Dark Dweller Oracle, are they better than any of our top end cards? I think the answer is no to that. And then our creature count's at 14. I guess we could consider not playing Treasure Map. That feels crazy to me though. So I think we run it like this to give ourselves the chance at some aggressive starts. And then we also just have some great card advantage engines in Treasure Map, Ugin, Immortal Sun. Yeah, I like this. All right, so let's add some lands. We want 9 plains and 8 mountains, I think. The worst thing about this deck is the mana. We are going to lose some draws to just not having red, I think. Or white early for something like Silverbeak Griffin. So let's get a snip of the deck here. Seems like Tajik or... Whoa! Ah! Come back. Or Aurelia is going on the deck box. That looks sweet. Let's put that on the deck box. Boom. Oh, no, we got to put history on the deck box, right? Yeah, that's got to be the deck box. Okay. Settle on the deck box. Get the snipping tool in here. Get a snip of the deck that doesn't have a giant card in it. Zoop. And we're off to the races. All right, we're here for round 1 with a mediocre draw, but I think we got to keep. We have mana, we have a 2-drop, we have 2 2-drops, one that's going to let us compete into the late game. All right, that is a sick curve. So we're going to lead with plains here in case we draw the Griffin that we would rather play on turn 2 than Cavalry Drillmaster. And again, oh, that card's so good in this format. There's just no clean way to deal with it. So we're going to... does that change things for me? Kind of makes me want to play Treasure Map, but I still think we... yeah, I do think that one makes me want to play Treasure Map. And then we can save this to pump the War Boss if we need a Mentor trigger later. That card is a very good 2-drop. It's great on 2, and it's relevant in the late game. Opponent playing a tap land here. I think tap lands are really punishing in this format. All right, we're going to get a free Legion War Boss activation, it looks like, so that's big game for us. The other thing that we could think about doing is sealing that away, but that feels a little spewy. I think we're just going to get War Boss down here and get in for 1. And then next turn, we can push pretty hard with the Cavalry Drillmaster and maybe force them to trade this off in combat. Beast Whisperer, that is terrifying. Oh, baby. What a draw. Okay, so +2/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. Unfortunately, I think we're just going to have to... This doesn't have to attack every turn if able, right? So this does twice X. So we're just a mana short of being able to do everything we want here. So I think we got a Perforos's Intervention down this Beast Whisperer because it's too big of a liability to leave alive. So let's do that. X is 2. Kill you. Auto pay. And then we'll scry with Treasure Map. And then just, we still have the same, we essentially have the same board, plus we got an scry. So let's attack. Get in our point of damage. We should have a great turn next turn. Sarkhan, speaking of great turns, let's top that bad boy. So we're at the point of the game now where haymakers start coming down, though. Imperious Prefect, that is not a haymaker. Okay, so we could Sarkhan make a 3 or make a 4/4. We also could Yeah, I think we just want to Sarkin make a 4/4. And that's going to incentivize our opponent to seal away, like turn on seal away for us. If they have a removal spell here, it's still not the worst for us. So let's go you, -3. Make a 1/1, attack with a 1/1. And we're still fine chilling here. And then if they don't pressure Sarkin, we'll just kill them with Sarkin. Opponent's in danger of taking a lot of damage here this turn. Honestly, we could just go ham. And we could Guide Mother Drill. Ooh, that's fine. Because they can't really pressure Sarkin here. Does this have Flash? Yeah. Goblin Motivator, huh? Alright, so they're definitely... Can we kill them here? They're definitely taking 8 in the air. So... No. We can't kill them, but... We can get close. We can do 14 in the air. And then put them to where they're potentially dead. This is a tricky turn. So I can Motivator, Guide Mother, Drill Master. All right, so let's Motivate. Gift of the Fae on our Legion War Boss. Let's play this. So we have as many flying threats. Oh, that has Summoning Sickness. That was a yikes. All right, well, so we'll hit our opponent for a lot. That wasn't what I thought for some reason this card had haste. That was a punt on my part. And we'll go attack, attack, attack. Yeah, attack, 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 attack. Like this, and we don't get a great mentor trigger here, unfortunately. I was thinking I was going to be able to give my Fairy Guide Mother haste and put the mentor trigger on the Fairy Guide Mother, but I forgot this card didn't have haste. All right, 2 damage, but regardless, the opponent is facing down. Pretty scary board here. I guess we're in danger of dying too, depending on what they have in their hand. So let's say go and hope they don't have some giant monster in their hand that they're going to put into play with Ilharg. Pass. So we have numerous ways to do lethal to the opponent next turn. Oh, we're dead. That's too bad. Wow. Okay. I still think we're dead. I don't think that does enough quick enough. Jeez, what a beating. So they get to attack me with whatever and clean up my Planeswalker here. We get a seal away, though. I don't know. And they didn't have anything to put into play. Okay. We might be okay here. So we seal away Ilharg. That buys us a little bit of time. We Drill Master. Okay, resolve that trigger. I guess we treasure map here first and flip it. Put that on the bottom. Actually, do I want to land? No. And then we Drill Master. We could Siege Gang Commander. I don't think that's worth the 3 cards. I think we just put Drill Master on the battlefield. Find Finality. Was not expecting that. So presumably the opponent has a handful of removal here, which they're going to need to spend on Cavalry Drill Master. Oh, Stonecoil Serpent. All right. Let's draw a card. That has haste. Interesting. So the opponent's going to need to have another board wipe here to stay alive, it looks like. Let's pass the turn. Light up the stage, main phase? That's not going to do it. Do you hear how happy my voice sounds? They are Dobbs. Sure. All right, so let's roll out Tajik and jam with the team. Got him. Boom. Head explosion. All right, we are back for round 2 here. Got a good keepable hand. Thalia's very strong on turn 2, and we've got a lot of great 3-drops in our deck to draw into. Again, we're leading with that Plains because we've got the white Griffin in our deck. Wolf, Willow, Haven. Wish that was an artifact we could blow up. All right, so we're going to roll out Thalia here and hope the opponent doesn't have giant monsters to ramp into. Black-green having 4 mana on turn 3 is pretty scary. Okay, Thrashing Brontodon, that's big and scary. No 3-drop for the home team here, which is not great. I don't know if we need to run out Shieldbreaker or not. My gut almost says that we should play Shieldbreaker and plan to double block Thrashing Brontodon. That feels so spewy, though. I'm just a little worried that we're going to get too far behind if we don't do that. And maybe we don't double block, but just that we've got some board presence. I guess the other line we could have taken, it's going to be 5 mana until we can attack with Thalia and Electro Dominance, though. Uh-oh. Okay. So we could Electro Dominance for 1 here. That doesn't do much for us. The other thing we could do is attack with Thalia. If they block with Brontodon, we can kill it post-combat, but then we're 2 for 1-ing ourselves. I don't love that option. I guess we just play Venerable Knight here and say go. And if my opponent wants to sink mana into their prefect, they can go nuts. Eternal Taskmaster, sure. And then they're going to make a 2/2 with the prefect, presumably. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I think we need to shut this down sooner rather than later. It's clunky, but I don't think we've got much of a better option. So let's get this dead. Oh, no. Because then they can just get it back with Eternal Taskmaster. Huh. All right, let's just play Siege Gang. Sure. And then we can throw a Goblin at it. That seems like a more efficient way to answer it. So no attacks. Again, let's hope the opponent doesn't have a Wrath. That Find Finality really caught me off guard last game. That was the first time I'd played against that in the format. All right, so they're thinking, I think our plan is to put a goblin on their prefect. We've got good blocks on the Taskmaster. We don't have anything they can blow up with Thrashing Brontodon, which is good for us. They're stuck on land, so they've got 5 cards of action in hand. That's a little scary. And if our Thalia dies, we're 1 mana away from Ugin. So if our Thalia dies this turn, which we're not that unhappy about, what do I want to do with this turn? So I think we start by throwing a goblin at the prefect. Target you, submit 1, sacrifice you, boom. They'll make a 2/2 in response. And then if we attack with Thalia, we're in pretty good shape. The other thing we could do is just Tactician down the Brontodon and the Taskmaster, but we really don't want to give them a crackback at us with the Taskmaster. I think I just want to attack with Thalia and see what they want to do about that. This is not a knight, that's a soldier. That's a knight, though. They might just chump. Okay, so they want a double block. So they want Thalia dead, which is good news for us because we want Thalia dead. So I think I want to get rid of Brontodon. Yeah, I think I want to get rid of Brontodon. Let's do that. Boom. Target you. Sack a Brontodon. We kill the Brontodon, they kill Thalia with the Taskmaster. And I think we just say go. I do think we're going to stop on their beginning of combat to tap down the Taskmaster. Unless they play something pre-combat. Because I don't really want them to get the whoa. Now we're definitely tapping that thing down. Alright, so that resolves. Tap you. Boom. Pass. Alright, so what do we want to do with our turn? Could blow up the Taskmaster and give our opponent some wolves. Could just make a 2/2 chump blocker. I think we want to push here. I think we start by swinging. Because they're far enough behind that if they're attacking me with Taskmaster, I think I'm okay with that. Blocking the knight. Sure. They take 5. I kind of want to play Vanguard Tactician here and just get on board as much as possible. And to try to, you know, mount a good enough offense that they can't reasonably attack us with Taskmaster. And if they do, we might be able to leverage Electrodominance as removal for whatever blocker they happen to play. Because again, we know they've got all action, so we need to be trying to close this game out sooner rather than later. First row in games? Sure. All right, my turn. That's a good draw. Creatures you control gain first strike. I've never actually cast Resurgence. First strike and vigilance till end of turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat followed by an additional main phase. So I don't think that's good enough here. Honestly, I kind of just want to play Ugin and plus. Seems pretty strong to me, and just get in with a tactician. And then if we can bait them into attacking Ugin. Ooh, Perforos's intervention. There's another way to close out the game. So let's attack like this. While they're slowly accruing value over there. Like, the lower we get their life total, the better shape we're in. Especially with cards like Electro Dominance and Perforos's intervention. Assume they're making a 4-4 here, rather than putting all their eggs in one basket. They do that. Oh. Wow. That was savage. Okay. Casualties of War has been a beating. I have cast my share of those in this format. Aurelia. That's a good one. And so when this dies, we still get the Perforos's intervention in our hand, right? Even though Ugin's not on the battlefield? Or maybe that's not true. I don't know what the answer to that is. What do I want to do here? I think just play Aurelia and say go. And we just need to get in some damage. So let's go next. None of this is big enough to do anything. Let's do that. No attacks. End of turn. And so Aurelia can target herself and swing in for 4 twice if we want a Resurgence. Oh boy, we are so dead. So this is where, when you're playing an aggro deck, like, our opponent's just playing Haymaker after Haymaker here, and we do have our own Haymakers, but nothing on this level. So I wonder if Resurgence is just our best line at this point. How does that work for us? Not well. So we could attack with this. I don't think that's the worst. Or we could attack with, yeah. Could attack with this and this. Actually, we don't even really need to do that, because we can just throw a goblin at that. I'm trying to think how we can mize this game out, and it definitely involves Perforos's intervention coming into our hand. So I think we want to, well, we might as well attack here to incentivize them to block. So let's do this, see what they want to do about that. All right, so now we get a kill Taskmaster, I think, is the best thing we can do. So let's do response. 5 to you. Damage. Okay, they get some wolves. We get a Perforos's intervention, and then I think we do this. Target you. Sacrifice a goblin. And say go. All right, they've got themselves a gold token and a grip full of cards, unfortunately. It's going to be tough for us to win this game from this spot. Hopefully they've already played their best cards. Or not. Yikes. This is a tough matchup for us. Resolves. No blocks here. Well, I guess, no, it's the same. Yeah, no blocks. This isn't a knight, right? Okay. Being choked on red here. Wow. Casualties of War was back breaking. I don't think we have outs. They already have enough stuff to escape in their graveyard. I think we are, in fact, dead. All right, onwards to the next game. All right, we are back here for the third round. We're 1-1, and we've got a very strong hand here, assuming we draw a land, which I think we will do. So let's keep and hope to curve Drillmaster into Tajik, and if we miss, we can always play Treasure Map. Boom, baby. So this is going to put a fair amount of pressure on the opponent here. If they don't have a 2-drop, they're in huge trouble. Yep, they're in huge trouble. Welcome to Guilds of Ravnica, opponent. They have a Doomblade? They've got something. Cast down. That's unfortunate. This is going to be tough for them to block for the foreseeable future, though. So we would really like to draw a threat here. We did not, so we will Treasure Map and attack. Spell Pierce? We have 2 mana. That felt like they had a Spell Pierce. So we should be wary of that when they go to play the Immortal Sun. Nightmare Shepherd, that's a good one. So let's see if we can find some removal here. Eugene. I don't think we want that. We've already got a bomb 6-drop in the Immortal Sun, and Immortal Sun turns it off. Danto Vanguard. I don't think I'm brave enough to bluff attack into that, so we're just going to Siege Gang Commander here and hope to draw a land. No attacks. Nightmare Shepherd I've been very impressed with in the cube. I had it absolutely crush me on the earlier video I did. No land, which is a bummer. So I think we start by scrying and see what we're going to hit. Loxodon. That's interesting. Do I want that more than I want a land? I think the answer to that is no. So options I have this turn are to play these dudes and pass, or we could attack with Tajik, but that's a little scary into 3 open mana. But I also don't think this does much for me. I guess it pumps. That's pretty strong. And we can give it haste with the motivator. All right, I'll keep it on top. And then I think that means we just play motivator and Vanguard and say go. And even if our opponent kills our Siege Gang Commander, I don't think we care that much. Your turn. All right, Tajik down. That's fine. Ashiok? Okay, well, we're going to be able to... No, we're not. Yeah, we will. We'll be able to pressure Ashiok. It's a yikes, though. All right, so... What do I want to do here? Do we just cast Loxodon with all 5 of these? We're not really pressuring Ashiok then. We do put our opponent in a position where they have to chump. And we're really coming hard after Ashiok next turn. Guess we start by scrying again. Electro Dominance. That's not really worth it at this point. I think a land is better. Oh, I forgot we were going to flip that. So we can deal with Ashiok just by playing the Immortal Sun, and blue-black doesn't have a way to interact with artifacts. So I do think we just do this. No, nope, nope, nope. How do I cast with Convoke? I put it out here, right? Or do I need to go into full control mode? I'm just going to go into full control mode to be sure. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Resolves. Resolve. Give you haste. Submit. Oh, I could just play Immortal Sun right now. Also, if I'm willing to sacrifice 2 treasure tokens, that seems pretty worth it. All right, I'm into it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so if I were a better Magic player, we would have seen all that ahead of time, but that's not who you've got making video content for you right now. So we attack them. Sure. And they get a free chump here. They are in heaps of trouble. I don't think there's a Wrath effect in blue-black. I don't know that for sure, but they're going to need something pretty good to get out of this. Oh, no. That's pretty good. So they get to use Ashiok. Oh, and they get a... No! Wait, they didn't get the thing out of my hand. What? So they could have bounced a token and made me discard Immortal Sun. They missed that line. I thought that's what they were going to do. Holy cow. All right, so that's great for us. So let's go land. Immortal Sun like this. Oh! Gee whiz! Wow. So that was the Spell Pierce we'd put them on earlier. Turns out it was Negate. Holy cow. This game got more difficult to win. I still think it's winnable. What does this ultimate do? That's a yikes. So what happens if we just swing all at our opponent here? Not good things for us. So maybe we just attack Ashiok, attack Ashiok. Wow, I got savagely crushed here. Cancel. 2 attackers. Attack. Attack like this. And then those are going to come back? No, they're tokens. And that's a token. Actually, yeah. Do I attack with a Siege Gang Commander also? Huh. I don't think so. I think we play it cool here. And wait for a turn when we can sacrifice more Goblin tokens. And they're going to double block here. Oh, they're blocking there. That's an interesting block. Why did they do that? Okay. And I guess we hold up sacrifice because we're not doing anything with the card right now. Ugh, that was such a blowout with that negate. Okay. Tezzeret? Holy planeswalkers. Okay. Opponent is still at a dangerously low life total here. Especially with us having Goblin Motivator. Let's draw a card. If we find something good here, Plains is not good. Mountain also not good. So, did we just lose? We're very close to just killing them. But I can't attack with the Siege Gang? Well, so if they want to double block Siege Gang, wow, if we'd found anything there, I'm pretty sure they were just dead. So they have 4 blockers, 2 of my things get through. Are they just dead here? I think they might still just be dead. Because if they double block the Siege Gang, they can block 2 other things. I think they're just dead. We're going to find out. Hulk smash at you. I'm going to go into full control mode because I don't trust Arena. And they're just dead here, right? No, because I can only sacrifice 4 things? They're going to be at 1? Is that what's happening here? Pay 4 life. To give you indestructible. Activate. Resolve. Resolve. Am I still in full control mode? Resolve. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You. Target you. Submit. Sacrifice you. You. Target you. 1 red. Sacrifice you. So we'll find out if they can kill me based on what they find here. Doesn't look great for me. So we go to damage. So do I want to keep Ashiok from ultimating? I don't think we can. What does this do? Alright, I guess that's it. So they're at a precarious life total. They almost have to. They have to kill Siege Gang or Ultimate Ashiok and hope to find a way to kill Siege Gang here. So we've at least given ourselves an out to victory. If you control 3 or more artifacts, they do not. So they have to kill Siege Gang. If they kill Siege Gang, they win. If they don't kill Siege Gang, we win. And we also, if they can kill Siege Gang, we give ourselves outs to top deck something like Sarkhan or some other direct damage spell. All right, they're going for it. Oh. Guess I should have looked what was in exile. Well, that's sad. So that was another, those were 2 of our outs. So now Electro Dominance, which is on the bottom of our library, is our only out. Wait, did they just kill themselves? This doesn't kill Siege Gang. Did we win? I'm so confused. I thought, why didn't they Electro Dominance my... Because they can't pay for X? Oh no, opponent. Is that really how this ends? Okay, they have 1 shot here? Wow. Are we gonna do it? Clearly I played this game perfectly and knew everything that was gonna happen as it happened. Oh, am I dead? Oh, I die! Exacxes? Not Exacxes, even more. Wow. Man, I'm so bad at Magic. Wait, so we can... They have to be worried about dying on the crackback, though. They can't just go nuts here, because we can kill things with Siege Gang. Wait, this isn't lethal. What is happening in this game? Oh, that has Summoning Sickness. Oh my god. So 4, 4, 8, 12, 2. There's no other way for the opponent to deal me 2 damage here, right? So we just take this on the chin. 4, 8, 12, 14. Yeah, this seems fine. That was so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed that that's recorded on video. I was sure I was going to win, then lose, then win, then lose, then win, then lose, then lose again. And then we won. Claim that prize. All right, we're here for round 4 against the Rooster. We're 2-1. Got a great hand here. We're going to keep. I think we are going to run out Fairy Guide Mother on turn 1. Drawing Legion War Boss makes me not want to do that. So I think I'm going to slow roll it here. Blue-white. Curious Obsession? Okay. That's terrifying. Let's play Athalia. Guess I could have held up Response Resurgence there. That was probably better. All this forces them to spend a mana. So they're essentially playing off curve. I would play it. They essentially have a Library of Alexandria. All right. What do I want to do? Do I want to try to race that? We're so far behind, but Legion Warboss is so good, as is Aurelia here. I think if they're forced to invest mana in that, I think we're okay. I think we can race this. So let's Hulk Smash. Because Because we ever fall too, like, if they get too greedy and we get to 5 mana, or 6 mana as it were right now, we can Resurgence and just crush them. Aurelia is also very strong. It's going to really turn combat on its head, because we're going to get +2 haste, essentially. And this is also an insanely good blocker against whatever our opponent's doing. So I think we're winning right now. No blocks. Hanged Executioner. Okay, that's good. So, what do I want to do? Really wishing I had this Fairy Guide Mother in play. Hanged Executioner. They can exile a creature. I think I want to... I think I just want to Aurelia. Give this trample. And then all attack. And put the counter on Thalia, I think. And then they're in big danger of dying next turn unless they've got great plays here. Like, if their plan is to just tap out for Hanged Executioner, I don't think that's going to get the job done. Conclave Tribunal's good. On Aurelia, sure. Leaving the Aspirant back to block. So are they dead here? Feels like they're dead. Unless they have interaction. So everything being 3 is unfortunate. So we're attacking with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power with no fiddling. So what happens if I just Guide Mother on the War Boss? Oh, that has flying now, though. That's annoying. So what happens if I Perforos's Intervention? These timers need to be a little bit longer for cube. 1, 2, 3, 1 trample. Is that good enough? Then we're attacking with a 3, a 3, a 2, and a 2. That's not good enough. 1, 2, 3. It feels like we're 1 off no matter what we do. So I think... what do I do? Gotta do something. Let's play a Guide Mother. And I think just hold up response. Actually... you counter. Do I want to tactician down that aspirant? I kind of do. No. Because we don't care if they trade here. I think we're doing enough damage here that we don't care. And then we just tactician on their turn. They take 6 down to 3. And they're in pretty big trouble. So we want to stop on their beginning of combat. These have been complex games. They've got to have a haymaker here to be in the game. And even then, they're in danger of dying to Perforos's intervention. So, tap, boom, boom. Concede. Okay, so they die to Perforos's intervention. Let's do this. Create an X1. X is 4. Autopay. Get dead. All right, feels good. So we are what now? 3-1? Yep, 3-1. All right, we're here for round 5 with not the best hand in the world, but I don't think we mulligan it. Because we can actually play the control here, and Electro Dominance can allow us to catch back up. So I'm not thrilled about this hand, but I think it's a keep. I just really don't like going down to 6 cards with this deck on the play. All right, we're going to lead on white as per usual because of our Griffin. That's a nice draw. So Warboss into Aurelia is a very good curve on the play. Carry added. The opponent ramping is not good. If we draw a mountain, I would snap that off. Since we didn't, I think we just need to get Legion Warboss going and then really hope to draw a land next turn. I'm terrified of that carry added though. Zealot is the best you can do? Amen. Well, that was great for us. So now we can... So I guess we just attack with the 1/1/1 and then play a Venerated Loxodon. There's no way we can... No, we can. Wow. What a ridiculous card. So we can play Thalia... No, we can't, because this happens at the beginning of combat. And we'll have to attack with it. 1, 2, 3. No, that doesn't work. So we can make our dude. I guess we can just play Loxodon. That's probably good enough. And then we make our dude and see if the opponent wants to trade. So autopay. And smash. So the opponent's far enough behind here now that we're going to be able to leverage response if they do have a large threat to play. Gilded Lotus? Where is our blow up target artifact? That's what I want to know. Alright, so if they have a Wrath, we still have the Immortal Sun to reload with. I think we just jam here. If this forces them to have a Wrath. Target you. All attack. Pump you. They're also just in danger of dying to Electro Dominance. And we have 2 things that are bigger than Find Finality. Okay, that's not going to cut it. Also not going to cut it. Oh, we can just make 2 combats? Oh, wow. All right, so do we have to cast this now? After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. So I think we take our combat step first, right? If they don't concede here. I'm like leery of casting that before my actual combat phase since it says there's an additional combat phase. So let's do this. All attack you. 6 attackers. Mentor you and mentor you. Next to blockers. Are they just dead here? They're not just dead. They'll go to 1. And then we get to cast Resurgence and crush their hopes and dreams. That feels pretty good. I'm into dream crushing. Resolve. Resurgence. Oh, wait. Oh, no, you have to cast it first. All right, well, we still don't lose because Aurelia has. All right, that's good to know. This video is so embarrassing. Oh, man. Okay. So you have to cast that because they get vigilance, right? Okay. Well, we're 4-1. That's what counts, right? They don't ask you how, they ask you how many. That's the saying. All right, we're against Vito Corbin here for our going for 5 wins. We're 4-1 right now. This is round 6. We've got a doozy of a hand. This is a pretty clear keep here. Guide Mother into Drill Master into potentially Aurelia on 4 is a great curve. Wish we were on the play. And we know our opponent's going to be a tough one here. Blue-black, I think, is a good matchup for us. All right, curving out with Guide Mother. Boom, let's go. Sultai. Man, the ramp on turn 2 is so scary. All right, Drill Master into Loxodon. This is turning out to be a perfect curve. So target you, attack, boom. So they need to have pretty strong plays on the next 2 turns to not just be dead. That I don't think is going to cut it. Finale of Eternity. Whoa. X creatures toughness X or less. That's terrifying. There's nothing I can do about that, though. I still think I'm supposed to run out the Loxodon. Whoa, not that. And then they spend their next turn, assuming they have a land drop, casting Finale to kill my dudes here and 2-for-1 me. Or they could be greedy and wait 1 more turn. Is it power or toughness? Toughness X or less. No blocks. Okay, they snap it off. I think that's a wise move on their part. Land Aurelia. We just need to draw 1 more land on curve, and I think we are in great shape. The curve we've had is absolutely ridiculous. think this is about the best our deck can do, assuming we draw a land on time here. And now we know how to play with response Resurgence, so we're literally unbeatable. Uro, that's not going to cut it. Where are they at on escaping? They're way far away. Dryad, also not good enough. So, and we drew the land. So what do I want to do here? We could Siege Gang. The best we can do is make this a 6/4. Huh. I think I'm just supposed to attack with Aurelia and make a dragon. I think. The other option is attack with Aurelia, play Siege Gang. I think I'm into this, to play around Find Finality. Target you, attack with you. Make a dragon. And then put them dead next turn. I really love this cube. The games feel tight. They feel close, interesting. This is my 5th one, and we've gone 5x 4 times, and we did 4-3 in the other cube video we recorded. So I don't know if I've just been getting good pools. It feels like at that number, you know, something I feel like about the format has to be true, and it really does feel like it's, whoa. Where did they get the juice to, oh, what? Oh. Okay, that's what happened. So they're quite dead here, yes? So we +1. We Resurgence. Target you. Attack with all. Okay, target you. Attack with all. Boom. Card's pretty OP now that we know how to play with it. Good games, Vita Corbin. And there you have it. So Vintage Cube, if you're looking for advice, I would say find your 2-color pair. I've only played 2-color decks so far, and maybe that's just lucky on my part. But find your 2-color pair with your best threats on the low end and 4s and 5s that clean up on the top end. And if you do have to play multiple colors, I think you want to do what our opponents are trying to do and have 2-drop ramp into spells that are more impactful than the aggro decks are going to have. But it really feels like you need to have Wraths to turn it around if you're not going to play a proactive deck. Format really feels like War the Spark to me in that respect, is that you really want to be on board, and the person that is proactive and has control of the board is pretty favored. That's been my experience so far. So thanks for watching, YouTube. And as a reminder, if you've enjoyed the video, click like, click subscribe, leave us a comment in the comment section about how terrible I am at Magic for not knowing what any of my cards do. There were some embarrassing moments on this video, but I had fun. Hopefully you guys had fun as well. And looking forward to hopefully recording some more Arena Cube Seals with you guys. See ya.